Did you know Biggie?
No, I had met him before he even blew up. I saw him. He had did a show out at a club downtown before he came out. And I was with one of my little homies, and I was like, damn, you know what? Homie's tight. Bought him a drink, and I never seen him, and I never saw him after that. I saw him one time after that at the Dallas airport. And I knew him right before he blew up, and then I saw him. We chatted for a moment, and he was just talking, man, like, how you was down, with me before I blew up, thanks for the drink, and we chatted. We both had to go get on some flights, and that was it.
How did you feel when he came to LA? Because some people say he came to LA too soon after 2Pac death or whatever, and that wasn't a good idea.
Yeah, maybe not, because a lot of people thought, that him and Tupac were really, into it like that. So that might, like I said, that goes back to here come the hyenas. So beware. And I actually lived two blocks away from where he got killed. Like I said, this LA was a serious place, and especially at that time. And it was a lot more harder then than it is now, that's for sure. So I don't know what was going on at that point in time. I don't know if he got rolled on by who. As another thing that I'm not familiar with, how he got killed or whatever. So I don't know if the hyenas got him, if he, what I'm saying, if he was banged upon, or did he, have an attitude? Did somebody have attitude? I don't know. Props to the East Coast. I mean, I'll give them theirs. They started hip hop. They had I think they just thought that, everything was just the Bronx and Brooklyn and Queens, whatever. Man, I think it was a tough thing. One thing I do like about hip hop back in those days, I do like the fact that it seemed like it was becoming more cultural. I think I saw a lot more culture in it. Although I saw the vibe, everything, but there was just culture in it. Not to say that, it couldn't change or whatever, but it was some culture going on in it. Instead of the big gold chains, everybody had the little Africa, little ropes or pins or whatever, that type of thing. Back to why they thought, I think the toughness became, like I said earlier, these cats, from out here, it's a little section, little South Central area that you're not familiar with. Meaning everybody who thinks that Los Angeles is so sedity and blah, 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 like this and that. Y'all not familiar with these cats out here. Because there's certain cats out here, they don't give a fuck. They got the east side, got the west side. They not care about Brooklyn or Harlem. I mean, they got respect for that. But these cats are taking it like too hard, too tough. Like it's theirs, and they're the only ones that can do it. I think that's why I jumped all the way to the West Coast, because I think the Midwest, not saying that cats in the Midwest aren't tough, not saying the cats in the South aren't tough, but I think it took some cats to really be down, have a culture in the way that we dress and the car. They were fascinated by the Crips and the Blood thing. Not saying that's a great thing, but they were fascinated by that, and how deep we are. They're fascinated by low riders and all these things. It's the culture out here that they weren't familiar with. And that they had to realize them cats are really down with it 100%. And and they're not fearing Brooklyn, and they're not fearing the East Coast. Fuck the East Coast, as a lot of cats would say. And I don't think that they were ready, the East Coast, that is, to experience cats with that type of attitude coming back at them. That's all. A lot of gangsters around. But here, there's gang bangers, and they come in a crew, in a pack. So if you talking all that, you know what I'm saying, whoop-de-whoop, I mean, they banging out in Los Angeles. They banging. This is like some serious bang. It's not like you can't go nowhere or do anything. It's not like that. But if you on the level, if you talking all that, shoot 'em up, blah, 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 yang, yang, I would say, you know, I, I don't know, man, because I'm 57 years old. You know what I'm saying? And it was a lot more serious. Um, if you came up out here doing certain things. They weren't coming out here when I was doing. They weren't. I mean, it was. You couldn't even. It was a certain shoelace. It was down to the shoelaces back in the day. You know, that's why I think everything is. I don't. I mean, man, I'm so mixed up in the head about this. I would just tell these youngsters, don't come out here with that. You know, and come out here and mix it up and do all of that, because there are cats who will take a step. Like I said, there's the packs. They come in little packs, like hyenas almost. You might be the lion, but here come the hyenas. You know what I'm saying?